Hello and welcome to another Warcraft 3 audio commentary. Alright, this is game number 3 for RazorCup. It's a best of 3 for RazorCup. I completely forgot to tell you guys this is a best of 3 for RazorCup. That's my bad. Totally forgot. My bad. But that's what it is. And let's introduce our players. Of course, we have Thu, the purple human, spawning in at the 5 o'clock position. Got it right this time. And Nicker spawning in at the 7 o'clock position? We're going to call it the 7 o'clock position as the Blue Night Elf. So the Purple Human, the Blue Night Elf. Nomad Isles 1.2 is the map. It makes this weird, like, it's almost a triangle, but it's not shape. Like, it's almost a triangle, but it's not. Like the path, right? Like, it's so close. It's almost like a shield, in fact. I think that might be what it is. It might just be a shield. It looks cool. I like this map, so this is cool. Thu immediately gonna say, you know what, I don't like you having this Ancient of War here. I'm just gonna try to like get the creeps to attack it. And Nicker says, yeah, I know you're gonna do that same old thing every game. I'm gonna bring my Wisp in just to go ahead and counter the creep AI, so it chases your little peasant instead of my Ancient of War for the most part. It didn't work completely perfectly. Did he lose the Wisp? Oh, he lost the Wisp to these creeps right here. Major problem that's unfortunate. I heard he get purged, and that's just unfortunate. You don't really want to lose a Wisp like that, so that was really, really good. Really great right off the bat from Thu. Kind of a mistake from Nicker, but you know, it happens. Mistakes do happen, so there you go. Down here you can see there is a purple footman on its way up here, and what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? Also, is he going for Tavern Hero again? He's going for Tavern Hero again? It worked the first few times. Why not give it a try? Or actually, that's not entirely true. Watch the first 2 games. You'll see what happened. But this is the 3rd game in a best of 3. So it does mean the score is tied up at 1-1. So you really should watch these in order, especially this series. The first 2 games are so good. So good. If you missed those, you gotta check those out. They're really, really good. And of course, this is a scout footman just kind of scouting about, finding out what's going on. And what hero is it? It's going to be the Dark Ranger again. Huh. Curious. And he's going to go ahead and creep out a little bit. And it worked really well last time. Give it a try again. Why not? Will Thu have the answer for it? I don't know. I really don't know. Again, not really the best of maps, I think, for doing a Beastmaster first. Not because it's a bad map. It's just for that. It's like, you know, the guy, the Tavern Hero. You got the tavern here. I was saying hero. I was looking at the tavern going hero. Like, well, you got the tavern here in the middle of the map, and there's all these creeps that he could, you know, potentially creepjack at. The problem is they're not great creep camps to creepjack, right? Like, it doesn't take long to creep them out. For one, there's only like 2 or 3 creeps at those things, compared to like the first game where there's 5. It was a staggering 5, and they had like a bunch of slow and stuff. It was so good. I think it almost might be like that map specific. I don't know. Maybe a couple other maps, but it was really, really good on that map. To see it played out that way. Now here comes a bit of a creepjack, and this is going to be Thu's Forestro Berserker, and Thu is trying to creep this mercenary camp out, and we saw 2 Wisps detonate into this water elemental. That's 2, and he hasn't quite been able to kill it, but he will there, and he will be able to pick up the experience for it. That's good. Will he get this as well? Oh, he does get that as well. He got the experience for this too, this big turtle. And a skeleton from that. So actually, Thu is going to be forced into a TP right here. That is not great. You don't want to bring your TP this early in the game, by no means. And level 2 should be picked up by Nicker right now. There it is, level 2 on the Dark Ranger. Absolutely fantastic. And Thu says, I'm just going to keep on creeping. And that's kind of the mentality that Thu has. Just keep on creeping. It's a good thing to do. If I can creep, I'm just gonna creep. I don't know how true he follows that, but I'd like to think he all the time. That's what I'd like to think. Even though there's, you know, it's obviously not always the case. Nicker up here, he is gonna continue creeping as well. Why not? The Dark Ranger is such a good hero for that. I really like how Thu decided to be kind of aggressive in the early game this time. He said, I didn't, you know, which is it's a change from last game. Last game, it wasn't aggressive. I mean, it was an aggressive creeping. He wasn't trying to apply direct pressure to Nicker, I don't think. He might have been, but I don't think he was. He was just going ahead and trying to, you know, be aggressive creeping. Because the Dark Ranger can creep incredibly fast, especially on a map like this, where there's a lot of close creep camps and stuff. So it's really good to try to limit their creeping if you can, especially if you can steal the experience from them. So that's always really, really good. Of course, Thu not going for the early expansion this game. Not even doing it. He's still tier 1. He's actually second to tier 2. I mean, about to hit tier 2. And does he go there faster? He actually is going to have a faster tank than Nicker. So that's an interesting thing. Nicker is putting up a Ancient of Wonders right there. And here we can see that the Archmage is level 3 already. And he's got that Arcane Vault up. He's got a Blacksmith coming up. I'm not sure what Thu is trying to do here. I don't know what he's thinking about. But, ooh, look at these creeps. That looks nice and scary. Looks nice and scary, right? So over here we can see that the Archmage is going to come up here. He does not have a town portal. He has to be careful. But he did just buy another round of... Oh, he just bought another for Troll Berserker, I should say. Another round. He just walked by the Tome of Agility +2. Why would you do that? Because the Dark Ranger is... Oh, I see. Because there's a much juicier target. When you see an expansion, that's, you know, worth not worrying about something like a little tome for. But it would have been nice to kill it. Or pick it up, I mean. Or kill it. Either one. You know, this is an agility-based hero. You don't really want to give it to agility for free. But whatever. So Thu does go with the Nagasi, which again as his second hero, and Nicker will pick up the Pandarian Brewmaster as his second hero as well. So the question now becomes, what is Thu doing? I really don't know. I don't know. Like from a strategic point, I don't quite know what he's doing, because as you can see. I would understand I get the Naga as a second hero when there's a lot of early mid game stuff happening. Like I get that. In this case, that means he wants to play really aggressive right now is what it means, and I don't know why he wants to play really aggressive right now. I know he doesn't have an expansion, but he could get one. He could get one right now, but not if he's playing super aggressive like this. I don't think he can realistically do that. Some of these gold mines are kind of hard to creep out with just Militia, so it's not something that I would expect to see him do. So I'm kind of at a loss. I don't know what he's thinking. I think it's probably really brilliant. I'm sure it's really brilliant, but I just don't know what it is. So yeah, over here you can see that Nicker is putting down 2 Ancient Allures. It's the same strategy. So we're seeing Thu is the one changing strategy this game, not Nicker, and that is kind of a reversal of what we saw in the last game, which kind of makes sense because, you know, Thu won the first game, so Nicker would change strategy in the second game, and Nicker keeps the same strategy in the third game, and Thu changes strategy. So it's basically the way these sort of things work. Oh, what a great save with those archers using the Moonwell Juice right there. Will it be enough to keep them alive to the end of this battle? Potentially, it looks like it could. And that Panda is still level 1, the Dark Ranger level 3. Now, here's one potential idea, right? So last game, you know, we saw Nicker, he was able to out-creep the crap out of Thu. Had super high-level heroes, 2 level 6 heroes at the end of the game, compared to like a 5-1, or I'm sorry, like a 5-3 at the end of the game, so a level 5 Archmage, level 3 Naga. So completely out-crept him, and did really well in those fights for getting experience, even though he just like kind of ignored it throughout the game. Some of the free experience, you know, with those water elementals, but so maybe he wants to be like really aggressive because he doesn't want to be out-crept again, because really the army that Thu has is not that fast at creeping. It's a durable army. It can creep a lot of things, but it's not super fast compared to like Dark Ranger, Dryads, Archers, and Panda. Like you're gonna get out-crept every time. So that could be why he wants to play the super aggressive early game, you know, say, all right, well, you're gonna out-creep me, but if I keep your army count low, then you can't creep very fast. I can't creep very fast, you know, until my late game army kicks in, and then I can creep really fast, and your creeping speed kind of, you know, it's okay, but it's not going to be, like, outpacing me. So I think that's maybe what Thu is thinking right now, and that is a brilliant idea if he was able to do that kind of, like, in between games, just kind of go, oh, yeah, this is how I do it. He might already, you know, I don't know how common this strategy that Nicker is playing is. It could be a thing, I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah. Also, he's put up an Ancient Protector right there at the front of his base, which is actually going to be useful. Thu is tower rushing him. Oh. So, I must be out of the loop. I feel like this tower was put up because he was expecting a tower push. And now, Thu is tower. I don't have any words. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I guess they don't want to play with any kind of aggression right now. They don't want to play the, or I'm sorry, they want to play with aggression. They don't want to play the long game. They don't want to see expansions and stuff. Keep the Panda. The Panda's level 2. Now's the time to tower push if you're going to do it. They're going to both be arcane towers, in fact. But that'll work because they help against skeletons a lot, they help against heroes a lot, and they help against dryads a decent amount, so definitely good things. That Dark Ranger really low, he does have a potion of healing on him, so he's ready to pop that. He just wants to kind of kite these footmen in to his base and kill those guys, which is going to work out pretty well. You see one of those arcing towers going to go down. Will this one go down as well? It could right before it finishes. Oh, it will. Great play with that Ancient Protector, actually doing a lot of good job. A lot of good damage here. And a second Ancient Protector is going down also, so this is looking like Nicker was able to see what was coming and just deal with it like before it happened. Are they both staying on tier 2? The answer is yes, they are. And this looks pretty much like this is what Thu wants to do. Oh, no, he's going to cancel those towers and back out. So where do you go from there? You fail your tower push really miserably. Where do you go from there? I don't know. Nicker is just really just decimating this whole idea, this whole army that Thu has. This whole rifle caster army, it just doesn't hold up. There's slow coming in from the dryads. There's, you know, additional minions being created by the Dark Ranger, and there's big AoE burst damage coming in from the Brewmaster. So how do you deal with this? There's a lot of focus fire. It's a lot of ability to kind of just push out a lot of units. So it's really difficult for the priest to keep everything alive and healed up. And also the priests are dying. So and on top of that, if you're spending all of your mana constantly doing that, it's hard to go ahead and expend a lot of dispels. So it's definitely really good, and that's another priest down. Priests are really important right now. He cannot afford to lose them, and he also can't really afford to lose Riflemen. The Riflemen also really important. Level 3 on that Panda is such a tanky hero, especially with that Ring of Protection +2. You might not realize it, but 2 armor is actually a pretty big deal when you're talking about like unupgraded units attacking you. It actually is a really big, nice amount of armor. It gives a nice amount of protection. There is an Ivory Tower on the Nagasi, which also has a Gloves of Haste, a really great item to have on a Gloves or on a Nagasi, which because the Gloves of Haste allows you to kite a little bit better. You can shoot, move, etc., which is really nice. And also, I think that Rifleman just got polymorphed, and I guess by the Dark Wizard, and then it was dispelled, so that's cool. And so here we can see level 4 on that Archmage and level 3 on the Nagasi, which if we look over here, we can see level 3 and level 4 similarly on Nicker's heroes, 4 on the Dark Ranger and 3 on the Panda. So who has the more experience on their level 4? Where is the Archmage? What? Where'd he go? Here it is. Right, so it looks like they're both about even in terms of experience here. If we can find this Naga. Yeah, so very even. And also, is there anything to heal up on? Yeah, so there's a scroll of healing on the Archmage. This is a sizable army that Thu has. He could potentially do some serious damage here. And Nicker has been creeping pretty hard, so he's kind of low on life on some of these guys, and he doesn't have a huge army himself to deal with this. I almost feel like he might have made a pretty big mistake by letting up that pressure. That pressure was able to keep Thu's army low, and that was really good. I don't know. Can he still do it? Can he defend this? This is a pretty big push coming in from Thu, and Thu, it has an Arcane Tower going down right now. That is a lot of damage going off onto that Panda Brewmaster right off immediately. That level 2 Forked Lightning just does a lot of damage. Level 4 on the Naga now as well, which means it's going to have an even more powerful and impressive Frost Arrow. Oh, look at this. This could be bad. If he loses that Panda, he is in really bad shape, and oh, it goes down. That's really not good, because without that Panda, it's going to be almost impossible to kill anything, because those priests, they have a much easier time keeping things alive without that Panda bringing in that AoE element, that burst damage. So this looks like Thu was able to go ahead and turn the game around. He's definitely at the advantage. Can he push to end? That's the question. It's going to take a while for that Panda to come out of the altar. There's really, can he afford to take it? He can't really afford to take it from the tavern, and he doesn't really have the time to afford to take it from the altar, and he's going to lose this tower, and he's got militia coming in here. They're going to be able to probably start building some towers as well. Has Thu saved up resources? He can actually go ahead and start building towers. Oh man, he's breaking upkeep as well, and we can see that Nicker is sitting at 38 food versus 52 food. This looks like it might be over and going to Thu. I mean, Thu is just, I don't know, really well played. I don't see how Nicker could win. As you can see, there's just too many units here that Thu has, and he's going to be able to take things down. I just feel like Nicker should have kept the pressure up, you know? Thu and they were fighting, and, you know, Thu was not able to accumulate an army. And really, rifles and priests, they're not super expensive. They can accumulate very fast. It's the type of unit that once they get a big mass of it, it's really, really hard to deal with. Because they're kind of like fiends in that regard. Riflemen are. You know, they do a lot of damage, but until you have like 4 or 5 of them, they're not super scary. So if you can keep the numbers low, it kind of would have been better for Nicker, but he went off to creep, and that might have been the fatal flaw. So here comes the GG from Nicker. Well played. What a great series. I think that was a very enjoyable game. A great way to mix it up, seeing some nice tower pushing in at the 3rd game with 2 amazing games before that in the series. Absolutely phenomenal to watch these guys. Absolutely enjoyed this so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you didn't see the first 2 games, you really should. They're really good. So that's my recommendation. Again, finally, I'm just going to say it again. The YouTube channel looks so good. Huge thanks to Marcel, guys. If you just check out his website, it's Epics. I keep forgetting how to say it. Epics. It's epics.nl, I believe. There's a link in the description below. So if you want to know, just check it out. It looks really good. So I really think you should check it out. And yeah, if you wanna, you know, have artwork done, contact him, and you know, work out a fee or a price. I don't know how flexible he is, but check him out. Either way, if you need some art, just, you know, consider him. He does great work. Anyway, so that's the series. That's my plugs. That's everything I can do right now. I think that's all of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said before, my computer is no longer sounding like a jet engine. So hopefully we can start doing more of these on a regular basis. Literally, I've been pulling my hair out trying to figure out why on earth this computer was so loud. Turns out the power supply had like a thick film, like literally like a 1/2-inch thick film of dust covering the fan. I don't know how it happened. You couldn't see it either. That was the problem. You couldn't see the dust because it was all hidden under, like, the way the case is built, you just couldn't see it. And it drove me nuts for like 2 months because it just got louder and louder and louder over time. And it was really rough. But so that's it. That's the games, guys. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye.